Hello, everyone. Welcome to our stream. I actually was planning on doing another video for our Invictus, but I forgot that it ended. Well, it didn't end. You still got 2 more days to buy everything, but there's no more new ships. I was hoping that they would pull out some new CCUs at the end there, and they didn't. So it is what it is. We have what we have, and what is available now is what we will have until tomorrow, or actually I think later today. The sale ends. So I'm officially considering us post-Invictus. So today I actually want to hear about your fleets. How did your fleets change? Did everybody get an Asgard or a MX or a MTC? That's what I really want to know. I am doing some fleet work right now, so this is it's pretty interesting for me because I'm like I wouldn't say I'm like what's up, Justin? Uh, yeah, I was a little sad too to see no new sale. I thought we would get something. Um, but yeah, it's okay. I think because even though we didn't get a new sale, I still think it's just having the availability of all the other stuff is still pretty good. It's so interesting because I have I pretty much have the same fleet, right? Like I think the only thing I might be getting is the MTC. What's up, Gaming Tribunal? Yeah, I think the only thing I'm getting is the MTC. And did I even get it? I don't even think I bought it. Let's see. MT. Uh, Looks like I bought one to give away, but I did not buy one for myself. So, yeah, I suppose I should. I'll probably just get an upgrade to it and then get the paint separate. Let's see. MTC. And then let's see. Or maybe I already have an upgrade for it. Oh, I do. I do. I already have an upgrade for it, so perfect. So then all I need is all I need is the paints for it then. But I'm pretty sure those are just gonna be in the store. Well, let me see if they're in there. Account. They're probably in the concierge store. But yeah, I just wanted to. I got some work to do on my fleet. Wanted to see what everybody else's fleet looked like while I was going through. Uh-oh. Where's my concierge? Ah, there it is. So we can get the Asgard plus the Valhalla paint or the Nova. They have the 4 paint pack for the Asgard. Yeah, I just wanted the Moonstone paint. And I don't know. Maybe I will get this Valhalla paint if they sell it separate, because that looks like the one that's going to be worth money later. The one that you're gonna have a hard time getting later is what I mean. And yeah, I don't want to have to pay $50 for it later because somebody else is reselling it. And then I'm sure there's an MX paint as well. The Harlequin, Harlequin. Do we say Harlequin or Harley Quinn? Because I watch too much Batman. So, Guardian, Harlequin. Yep. All this stuff is going into buyback. See, because I don't think you can. Can you still buy the Moonstone paint for the? Let me see if you can still buy the Moonstone paint. Oh, Monsoon, not Monsoon. Okay, so I think we will keep access to these, but I don't know how much I trust it. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy. Oh, whoa. Yeah, I like to put a few things into buyback just in case. I don't know if I'll end up with an Asgard. I definitely won't get one anytime soon, so I'm not particularly worried about it. But yeah, I like to have a few things in buyback just in case. Not necessarily that I'm gonna keep them, but you know. What's up, Bristol? What's up, JF? All right, still on the fence about the Asgard. Same here. I still need a two-seater fighter. Nothing has dethroned the Paladin right now. The Paladin is up there. I'm still considering a Zeus MR. Um, I just feel like I'm going to end up getting the MR anyway, so I don't think that's going to be my fighter. And it's not a fighter ship anyway, it's a Zeus. But neither is the Paladin. Paladin's gunship, so yeah. So I just need my two-seater fighter, and I'll wait. I'm not in a rush to get a two-seater fighter, so that thing can sit there for a while. But what's up, Nordsec? Great War Mage, Disarray, what's up? Spaceman Dave, what's up? So let us know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know if you have changed your fleet during this Invictus. Did anybody pick up CCUs, or did you buy one of the newer ships, or was there another ship? Did you finish your CCU chain? Let me know. And if you're watching this after the live, you could just drop that in the comments. I just want to kind of get a sense of what everybody picked up, or if anybody picked up anything. What's up, Squall? It's going well. I gotta make a little list of all the ships that I need to finish my CCU chain. I have a CCU chain thing. Like I have a whole spreadsheet, but it's all like listed based on the steps that I need, not necessarily like just a list of CCUs that will complete all of them. So I'm gonna make a list real quick of all of the things I need while chatting with you guys. But let me know what you all added. Spaceman, you got an Idris? That's what I like to see. I'm glad so many people got Idris because I don't think I'll be buying one. I think I'm pretty much done on the big ships. We'll see what the Anvil Capital has to say about that. Whatever the next capital ships are, those are the only ones that I'm interested in at this point. But I have a feeling that to get to whatever that is, I'll end up melting a ship, not purchasing it outright. So I think I'm done with the majority of my purchasing. Like, and I say this all the time. Like, I think I can say it for sure now. So last IAE was the Kraken, right? And I had been trying since last Invictus to get the Kraken. Now I got the Kraken, and that was like my last big hurrah for purchasing ships. So now everything else is a CCU away. There's no other ships that I want or need. You know, everything. I have a few that are still waiting on some CCUs, but that's just to save money. I actually melted a lot of ships. So I melted my Vulcan. my Terrapin, my Raylan. I melted my Medevac. I melted my Endeavor, my Reclaimer, my Ironclad Assault. I, I melted my A2 as well. So I melted all of those, and I'm rebuilding the CCU chain because I didn't save enough money on those. Whoa, you dropped your Perseus. That's the first time I've ever heard anybody say they dropped it. A2 for bounties is probably overkill. I mean, if you already have one, you know, I think you're I think the A2 is great, but I think it's a little bit of overkill. Um, the A2 is good for bounties. However, I would say I would like 4 people in my A2 if I'm going to go out and do bounties, but 2 people should be fine. Um, I think you could probably find a more suitable ship to do bounties in. I like to use gunships for bounties, but that's just me. Um, but I haven't been playing a lot recently, so yeah. But for me, if I'm going out right now, I'm taking a Starlancer tack. Um, Straight up. I know it's got a lot of guns and a lot of different stuff, but I'd say the more suited one for you is probably a Redeemer. If you got 2 people, because like the max you're putting in that is 4. Um, but yeah, that a Corsair would be pretty good. I'm partial to I like the Andromeda. So I think you got a lot of options there. And if you're looking for the fun ship, I would say tack because you can do a lot and there's a lot of room to walk around in there. The Starlancer tack is really good for that. The A2, I think the A2 is fun when you're dropping bombs, but outside of that, it's a pretty standard ship. You can fit a lot of cargo in it. You can fit a lot of vehicles in it. So I do give it credit for that. But I think the Starlancer attack is going to be the more fun outside of dropping bombs because not only is it a drop ship, so you could play with more people, but it's got medical, so that means you could, go and do, um, bunker runs and stuff with it. You can carry some cargo with you and everything too. So I don't know. And it's I'm trying to remember how much. I know the A2 is 750, and I'm pretty sure that the tack is almost exactly half, if not exactly half the price. So there's that. I think the tack is also smaller by a significant amount too. So, it can fit in a lot more places. Well, maybe not a lot more. I don't think it's so much smaller that it's ridiculous, but I do think it's smaller, and I think it's like medium large. But I think the tack is like at the larger side of the medium, and the A2 is at the smaller size of the large. So they seem pretty close. Walker, what's up? You finished your Perseus and Crucible CCU? What's up? Loom, what's up? I see a lot of people coming back. What we're talking about, we just are trying to discuss what everybody picked up at Invictus. I'm trying to get a sense of what people are buying or what they bought. If anybody picked up new ships, if you've completed some CCU chains, whatever you did, let me know if you spent money what you spent money on during this Invictus. I was telling everybody I did not spend much. I think I picked up a few CCUs, but that's just me. I basically farm CCUs. And the part of the reason I do it is I mostly do it to support the game. But one of the things that I do also, once I get enough CCUs that I don't need, I will actually melt all of them once I realize I don't need them. And then if I have enough credits left, I'll use those credits to just buy another ship. Maybe a ship that I don't particularly need, but a ship that, you know, is like on my radar. Maybe something I'm buying just because it's cool or because I like the way it looks, right? Like, so maybe I might buy a Prowler or something like that. It's not a ship that I generally suggest anyone buy, but if I have 400 credits laying around and it doesn't look like anything is coming out anytime soon that I'm going to want, then I might get it. But that's the only situation I can see myself buying something like that. But mostly I'm just waiting on whatever the next capital non-combat ship is. But when I say I lost those CCU, when I say I melted all of those ships, I melted those ships. So remember I was saying the Vulcan, the Raylan, and the Medevac and all of those. I melted those ships so I can get better deals on them. I didn't melt them because I don't want them anymore. So there's just a few ships that I melted out of my fleet, and now I'm working on getting them back through, um, through the CCU chain. And yeah, I have to come up with a way to. I want to put all of my CCUs in one little thing that I could just like look up really quick. CCUs needed. So this would be for me. I need. Oh, let's move the chains. So I need a bunch of prospectors. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 prospector CCUs. So we're gonna go 2. Actually, I know a better way to do this. But yes, if you're just joining, let us know what you spent money on during Invictus. If you are only streaming, um, if you are only streaming on YouTube, please check us out on Twitch, because if you check us out on Twitch, you qualify to win 2 prizes. You get the Twitch prize and you get the YouTube prize. So, I know some people don't really rock with one or the other, but I always got to say it. And of course, make sure you hit that like button. That always helps us out. What's up, Marvin? What's up, Jinxie? What's up? Let's see. Finish your Perseus and Crucible CCUs. That's what I like to see. Yeah, I actually need a Perseus CCU. Like, I need one going. Or no, that's not what I need. I need an A2 CCU. I have my Perseus finished. Space Marine says they like the A2 for bounties. I mean, I like it for bounties too. I just think it's a bit of an overkill for a crew of 3. I think for me, I'd rather, if I have a crew of 3, I'd rather take out the tack. But you can use the A2. Definitely, it's definitely not like lost to you. Like, you can't use it for bounties. You can use it. Picked up the Apollo medevac again before the price increases. Oh, yep, that's a good idea. You bought the Guardian MX and the Asgard. Okay. Yep, everything goes through the prospector, Walker. I think a lot of people, Maybe they know. What's up, ethnification? Yeah, I think they know. What's up, Paglamia? So, definitely a lot of people needing that prospector CCU. I'm guessing when it does come, it'll probably be here. Let's see what it'll most likely be. It's normally a $15 CCU, if I'm not mistaken, which means we'll probably be going from the ballista, hull B, yeah, ballista or hull B. I mean, it could be a $20, and then we go from the Cutlass Red or the Freelancer Dur. But I'm gonna guess it'll be 15 bucks, and it'll be a 5 for 15. And so I'm gonna assume that it'll be a ballista to prospector upgrade that we'll be getting. Well, wait, no, that wouldn't work because that's $15. So it would have to be Freelancer Dur or Cutlass Red. So Freelancer Dur or Cutlass Red to prospector. So I'll go Cutlass Red to prospector. That's probably what we'll end up getting. Whenever we get it, if we get it. I do think we'll get one. I don't know if I don't know if there's like a guy at CIG that's just sitting there with their CCU book and they're like, oh, I know you all need this one and we're going to make you wait for it too. I don't know. I don't know if there's a person that even tracks CCUs or if it's just like a merchandising thing or like a media thing where they're just like, oh, just give them a discount. Like, but nothing above $25 or nothing above $5 or nothing above $10. A question that I intended to ask. I was actually building a list of questions that I was gonna ask at this next CitizenCon, but it's virtual now, so I can't do that. I am glad. I don't know if the last CitizenCon was the last in-person one, but I am so glad that I went because that experience was awesome. I would love to go to another CitizenCon. I don't even know if I would have been able to afford it this year, but it's still cool to like have that option and know that it's like know what the experience is like. Oh man, it was so much fun. I had a blast. All right, so I need 5 of those Cutlass Red to Prospector CCUs. What other CCU do I need? I need, to get to my Raylan, I need a lot. I think I need Terrapin to Raylan. Wait, did I already have a Raylan? Hold on, I have a Raylan upgrade. I'm pretty sure I have a Raylan upgrade. I do not. Look at that. Wait, hold on. Something's got to be missing here. I did not. I didn't pick it back up. RA. I did not. I have Raylan 2, but I do not have a Raylan from. Okay. All right. Well, see, this is why you have to go through and check all of your stuff because you might not know. Terrapin is still on the store, Half Young. Yeah. So this is a good way to talk about why it's important to track what CCUs you need because I didn't even know I needed a Raylan CCU, and I just found that out by just going through my list. So yes, half of Star Citizen's gameplay at this point is looking at a sheet, looking at a sheet if you use Google or an Excel spreadsheet if you use Microsoft. So I need a bunch of these. So I need Raylan And what would be the railing? Railing would probably be a $20 one. It's in the $200 range. I could imagine it being. Yeah, it's 225. So let's see. It'd have to be $25 because there's no ships that are 205. Well, nah, I mean, then they could just make you buy a $200 ship, but they normally drop them where there's a ship just below it at either $5 or $10. So I'm gonna say $25, and we're saving. That means we are getting probably the Connie Taurus. Yeah, Constellation Taurus. Yep. So I'm gonna go Taurus to Raylan. But I don't think I've ever seen a Raylan CCU. I mean, not since the Raylan debuted. So I'm actually thinking that it'll just end up being a regular, like, non-money saving upgrade. Like, I'll probably end up getting like the Terrapin to the Raylan because I just don't think we're gonna get a CCU for it. I would love if we could get CCUs for alien ships during Alien Week, because right now I'm like, why do we even have Alien Week outside of just doing some contest where it's like, speak this language or something like I feel like it could be a lot more. I mean, I don't think everything should be about ships, but I do think that with Alien Week, the only representation we have for aliens, I mean, now we've got Wicklow, but like for Alien Week, most of what we experience with aliens is with the ships, the alien ships that we have. So just makes sense for me. You said if they do $20, that would make it a $5 CCU, and they don't do that anymore. I thought I just bought a $5 CCU. I just bought one. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Do you mean like $5 difference between? Oh, I think I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Great War Mage. You're talking about $5 CCU as in from 220 to 225. I get what you're saying. Yes, they don't do those anymore. I thought I was mistaken in the way that I was hearing what you were saying. So, no CCU for Raylan or Guardian QI. Nope. I don't think most ships don't get CCUs. It's normally like it's kind of like the same ships every year until they announce new ships, and then every once in a while they'll put one of those new ships into the rotation after the first CCU opportunity. So I'm gonna go Taurus or Terrapin. Yeah. Okay. So I definitely got to leave room to do multiples here. All right. So this won't be like a super long stream. It'll probably be fairly short. Or actually, you know what? I could do a long one. But you know what? If I'm going to do a long one, that means I got to go use the bathroom. So you're going to have, this is my first stream ever where I'm going to go and use the bathroom, and I will be back. But drop your questions, and I shall return. I shall return forthwith. I shall return. I will be back. And then I can do a longer stream. Here, here. I have returned. Give me 1 second. Hello, hello. I have returned. I have returned. I'm back. I wasn't trying to confuse anybody. I was saying that I need a railing upgrade. So the railing, I'm saying I thought I had a railing upgrade sitting in my CCU box, so to speak, but I don't have one, so I'm gonna have to get one. Did we get a bunch of people in? Northern Surge, what's up? Hellwinter, what's up? Citizen Ninja, welcome back. Accuracy, what's up? Official, welcome back. So, yeah, if you're just joining, I just returned from a bathroom break. But also, I am trying to create a list of all the CCUs that I need to finish all of my CCU chains. I think I have like 8 or 9 of them left. And that's really what I'm working on. I'm not really buying new ships that much anymore. Like, I don't think I bought an MTC. I think that's really the only thing that I needed, though, because I no longer need, it's like it just happened at that same level where I no longer need my rock. So because I don't need the rock, I can then get, a MTC because, they just basically replace each other. So it just so happened to happen that way. You said wave my hand on the camera? Is my green screen failing us? All right, so I need, so that's the railing one. What else do I need? I need, for my chain, I need something to get to that one. That'll probably be a terrapin to railing. I don't know why I picked that. Terrapin to railing, okay. And then, how do I get to the terrapin? Wait, I think I just bought this one. I might have bought this one. Terrapin. I think I just bought a CCU for the terrapin. Ah, I do. So I have the terrapin. I have a terrapin. I have 4 MR to terrapins, and then I have 4 MR to terrapin medics. Do I need that many? Okay, how many of these am I using? Well, that one's taken. So that's 1 terrapin medic, 2 terrapin medic. 3. So I'm using 3 of the terrapin medic. Nope. Yep, just 3. Okay, so I do have 1. All right, cool. So I do have to do terrapin to railing. All right, that works, but that means I'm gonna have to buy that outright. But yes, folks, I would definitely CCU from the MR. That could get a price bump on the release. So the way that I'm building my CCU chains, they all come from very specific places. If the MR gets a gets a bump and it goes up to 225 or something like that, then that would be a big bump. That'd be like $35 bump. I would say it'd probably go up to 215 or something, 215 or 220. I don't think it would go all the way up to 225. But if it did, that's fine because if I'm CCUing from the MR to the Terrapin and then the MR jumps up to the same price as the Terrapin or something like that, then that also means that I can go directly from the MR to the rail-in unless it goes all the way up to the price of the rail-in or something. So that could happen, but I'm okay with it because it just allows me to skip over the Terrapin part of it and then just go directly to the rail-in. The free Invictus coin? I used to collect stuff like that. Now I'm like, nah. I think when I finally decorate whatever is gonna end up being my base or whatever, um, it's gonna be mostly weapons. It's gonna be like really cool weapons with cool weapon skins. It's gonna be armors with cool weapon like with armor skins and stuff. I don't think it'll be coins. I don't think I definitely get that there's people who are gonna have like this cool bookcase full of like stuff or their desk is gonna have really cool stuff on it, but it's just I don't think it's me. I think that's not my type of decoration stuff. But I definitely get why it's in the game. It is very possible though that the MR jumps up to 220. Very possible. We'll see. The rail-in is a long term anyway. Like it's not even out. So whatever CCU chain I build to it, and the great thing about these CCU chains is I stop like I just have the CCU and I won't even apply these until the ship comes out. So my rail-in is going to be a C1 Spirit until the rail-in comes out. My Terrapin Medic, I'm trying to finish that one up, but I need the Prospector. The Vulcan is probably going to be, actually no, my Vulcan is going to be a C1 Spirit. My rail-in is probably going to be a Ballista. No, it'll be a Zeus ES. Yeah, that'll be a Zeus ES until the rail-in comes out. My Apollo Medevac is going to be, I don't know, probably another Terrapin Medic until the Apollo Medevac comes out. My Starlancer BLD, like that's obviously not even announced to purchase yet, but I am building a CCU chain towards it. But that will probably be I don't know, Starlancer Max or an Eclipse. You're probably an Eclipse, depending on the price. My Endeavor is going to be a Zeus MR. My Reclaimer, I'm actually rebuilding. So I'm just waiting on a Vanguard Harbinger or a Sentinel CCU for that one. My Ironclad is a Redeemer. It's going to pretty much stay a Redeemer until the Ironclad Assault comes out. My Hull D is going to be a Gemini until the Hull D is released, which could be super far. My Arastra is a Prowler until the Arastra is released. And yeah, so like I have like stopping points. Yeah, I have stopping points for everything. Yeah, free is free. Where do you get the coin from? Just for everybody else, so everybody else knows. Yeah, the Guardian MX to the Cat to the TAC. Yes, that's a really good one. That's a really good like chain. I think I bought that. So I have a Guardian one or a Guardian MX. I have a Cat one and I have a TAC one. Yep, I have all of those. So yeah, the MTC is really I wanted the MTC because it's something different, you know? And I think that's the only thing that could really excite me to the point of purchasing stuff now, outside of like obviously the finishing up my CCU chains. And I think that's another way of, like I said, my way of giving money to the game. I subscribe and I buy CCUs, you know, decent CCUs at least. So, oh, it's on the Comlink webpage for the Squadron 42 May newsletter. Okay. You don't have to paste the link or anything. You could just, you know, say what page it's on or whatever. I think Citizen Ninja's got it. Yeah, I learned my lesson about applying my chains too early. I definitely could have saved probably $200 or $300 more on ships. Actually, probably more than that. Probably like $600 more on ships if I would have known about saving your CCUs until the ship releases. I definitely could have saved a lot more money. All right, so I got the railing terrapin thing figured out. So I need to figure out. Oh, I think I had the. Um, yep, and I said the terrapin and Zeus and Mar thing. I need one of those and one of those. So what's next? I have obviously the prospector. I need that'll be probably ballista to prospector. So I need C1 to ballista. I might already have that one. I do. Oh, but those are already in use. So I need more ballista. Did we have? I think we had one, right? Nope. I need one more. Okay. Another C1 to ballista. And I need Cutlass Black to C1. And I think that might be it for that chain. That one's, oh, and I need, I already got the medevac. I need a Mark II Super Hornet to Mercury. Wait, does that sound right? Yeah, that's 240. Oh yeah, but that would just be a straight one. So I just need a Mercury. Yeah, that sounds right. All right, so. Oh, I think I missed some stuff back here. Yeah, looking to hopefully pick up a science exploration ship come IAE. Uh, Science exploration. I think there's not a whole lot you can uh, there's not a whole lot of science ships out there. So I don't think you're gonna have a hard time, you know, choosing For me, it's the Endeavor. You know, if you want to go something small, like if you're not willing to spend, what's the Endeavor? 350? I think the Endeavor is 350, or is it 250? Hold on, let me check real quick. No, it's 350. 350. So, if you're not willing to spend 350, then I think I mean you could probably get the Reliant Sin, but again, it depends on how much you're willing to spend. The Reliant Sin is 85 bucks. So, I think that's the cheapest science ship we have. But there's not a lot of science, uh, not a lot of science ships in the game. Like Endeavor, I think counts as heavy science, and that'll be 350. So you really only got those two if you're specifically looking for science. Now, if you're willing to open up a little bit more to like expedition, like stuff like that, then you could probably do a little bit more. The Carrack is, I mean, I don't know. I know what your budget is, but the Carrack is obviously going to be great because, you know, it's got little component repair bay, I think is what we're calling it now. It's got medical. It's got, you know, you could take a vehicle with you. It's got a bunch of space to put stuff. The Odyssey, I think, is going to pretty much be the same thing, except it's going to have less cargo space, but more. I think it'll have a better hangar, so like it replaces some of the cargo space with a better hangar. I also think it'll have a better layout than the Carrack, where like a more interesting layout. I don't want to say better. Better is a little different, but it'll also be larger than the Carrack. So there's that. But it really depends on what you're looking for. But the Odyssey will have the ability to refuel itself. So at least with quantum fuel anyway. So I think that's an interesting thing. The 600i is cheaper than the Carrack. The 600i I think is going to be a more basic type of explorer. However, it has some luxury kind of components going on in it because it's made by Origin, of course. But yeah, I mean, it really just depends on what you're looking for when you say science. Yeah, Endeavor's not coming until after 1.0. Very long wait if you get the Endeavor. Galaxy is actually a pretty good ship too. It's just I wouldn't say it's not science related, but just the fact that it has so many options for modularity. But then you could go with, you know, if you're just basing it off modularity, the Carrack is going to be a modular as well. But of course, that's more expensive. But if you're looking in that same price range as the Galaxy, then you could also go with like if you like Drake, then you can go with, you know, the Caterpillar. So a lot of different options there. I don't know if the Odyssey's coming before 1.0, but it is a capital ship, so I don't know. Basic exploration, more basic. You got to add the extra word on there, Citizen Ninja. I said basic exploration. Oh, yes, yes. So when you've spent you know, at least $10,000 on Star Citizen, you tend to understand a few things about ships, and you also tend to talk like certain amounts of money are not massive amounts of money, even though they are. And when you make those purchases, you absolutely notice that you're spending a lot of money, especially because you're spending it on a video game, and more specifically, a video game still in alpha. So it's always fun to me. It's always interesting too, because I always sit and I'm like, oh man, like. Ooh, you guys can see my my sticks finally. Yeah, look, Constellation Alpha Prime. um, all right, hold on. Let me finish up this CCU thing because I see a lot of talking in there that I want to be a part of. What else do I need for my chains? I already put that one on there. That's Prospector. That's Prospector. I need Sulian to Spartan. That's a weird one. That is a very weird one. I don't know why I have that one, but what else do I need? Oh, I thought I already talked about this. I need two. I need Harbinger to Redeemer. No, I already have the Harbinger to Redeemer. I need Sentinel to Harbinger. And I don't know if we'll get a Harbinger CCU because I would have expected to get one now. I actually was expecting to get that one during Invictus and we didn't get it. So yeah, we're gonna do Sentinel to Harbinger. I need two of those. And I need M2, Hull C to M2. I need Valk to Reclaimer. All right. A few more here. Valk to Reclaimer. I need Gemini to Valk. And what else do I need? I got Mole to Gemini. I need Eclipse to Mole. I can also replace the Valk with a few other options. All right, then I need Hull C to M2. Oh, so that's two of those. I need two Hull C to M2s. All right. And then I need Hull D to Liberator. Oh, that's an interesting one. Hull D to Liberator. Which also means I need something to a Hull D. And that should be my last one. M2 to Hull D. All right, I think that is my full list. Do one more check. M2, hold D to Liberator. Yep. Vanguard Harbinger, bunch of prospectors. Yep, that is it. That's all of the ones I need. It's not as long of a list as I thought. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I need 14 CCUs to fill my chains. But I need 5 of this one, 2 of this one, and 2 of this one. So I need 14 plus another 4. That's 18 plus another 2. Yeah, I need 20 CCUs. I'm missing 20 of them. All right. Now I have a list of that. So now when CCUs pop up, I can just go to my list and say, do I need this? Oh, nope, don't need it. But yeah, if I wouldn't have looked at it today, just so folks know like why this is a cool thing to keep track of, I wouldn't have realized that I didn't have a rail-in. I don't have a something to rail in. So I melted my rail-in and then I never bought it back, which is weird. Like I was looking through and I'm like, how? How did I do that? Like I have rail into 400i. I have a bunch of rail into 400i. Rail into Corsair, rail into Guardian. Nothing to the rail in though, which is hilarious. Like what? How are you gonna use all of these CCUs if you never bought a CCU to the rail in? I know I saved a bunch of money because I know it was the 400i. This was last IAE, and I bought a bunch of rail into 400i's because it was like $5, and I think you save like, what was it? Oh, it was a lot of money. It wasn't a lot of money. It was a lot for a CCU, or it was a good CCU. What was the rail into 400i? Because the rail in is 225. So yeah, it was $5 for 20. I think it was $5 for 20, which isn't like, it's not the best of the best, but it's good. That's a good CCU. Ubo, what's up? Let me go. I guess I'll go to the link folks are dropping. Is this the one for the coin? I normally, you know, click on all this stuff anyway, I guess, but I just realized I have a bunch of zips from CIG that I never opened. When I went to download this one, it just showed a folder that I don't use that often. It was just like, oh, by the way. Oh, they have the sounds of the bingle. Oh, and then you just add the coin to your cart. I guess. If you just gotta add it to your cart. I thought it was like something you had to like go in and like find. But yeah, I think I kind of understand what I'll be doing once I get in the game, like how I'll be decorating and stuff. And I know most of, like, if I do have some cool stuff in like my hab or whatever, my base, it'll just be stuff I found around the game. Like it'll be like some cool rock, or like it'll be like a Valacar tooth, or like it'll be stuff like that. If they allow us to buy like stuff, I don't know. I also don't know how the system works, right? Like I don't know if people will just be able to walk into your place and just take stuff and grab it, or if you'll be able to like lock stuff down, which I assume you will be able to do. Otherwise, like that'll kind of destroy the social aspect. Like I don't want to let people in, you know, my house if everybody can just take things, you know. Even people you trust, you know, you need a way to lock your stuff down. Hey, Blue 4, what's up? ESR, Kalisa, what's up? Surfside, what's up? Vakir, Rager, Old School, Joe, Eam, Lorgo, Double A. We had a lot of people jump in. Gustav, sorry. And whatever. We got a lot of people hopped in. What's up, folks? I just finished making a list of all the CCUs I need. Turns out there's 20 of them. Yeah. And I'm also trying to find out what everybody bought at Invictus. Trying to get a sense of what everybody picked up at Invictus. I picked up an MTC, and I think I bought one of every CCU, with the exception of like maybe one or two. I think there was one or two that were just bad CCUs, so I just didn't pick them up at all. What's up, Red Samurai? No war bonds today was weird. I think CIG is either they've known for a while that war bond sales are being taken advantage by long-term fans, or subscribers, long-term followers. What I don't know what we call ourselves these days. Um, but yeah, backers. My bad. That's the word I was looking for. Long-time backers. Um, I think CIG either knows that we're longtime backers and is starting to like pay more attention to CCUs and not give us as many, or maybe just somebody in marketing knows. Or I don't know. I tried to find out a lot more about the way CIG operates at CitizenCon, and I did not manage to find out much. The F8C is on war bond for full payment. It's always on war bond for full payment. I have two F8Cs, and I still struggle with whether to keep it. So like, I think I talked about this in a previous video. Like, if they come out with an F8A, that's the only way I could see myself getting something like that. And that's assuming it's not like something you earn like we earn the F7A. But like, if they come out with an F8A and they sell it and it's like $350, then I would take one of my F8Cs and upgrade it to that. That's the only way I could see getting rid of those. But it's such a weird thing, right? Like, you're in Concierge, and then they give you, like, for reaching, like, what is it? What's the one? I think it's a Space Marshal? I forgot. I haven't looked at the Concierge page in a long time. Here, let's go look at the Concierge page. I forgot what all the levels are. So, for reaching Praetorian, you get an F8C, and for reaching Wing Commander, you get an F8C. And they're like right next to each other. I think that's just, it's weird, right? That you get both of those. Like right in a row, you get an F8C for Wing Commander, and then the very next level, which is Praetorian, you get another F8C. I feel like they could have switched up the ship a little bit. But I'm hoping that they change the Chairman's Club rewards a little bit too. I'm hoping they add some in there, you know, maybe some smaller levels. Because if I'm not mistaken, here, I want to look at the Chairman's levels. All right, so Space Marshal, or no, Grand Admiral. Grand Admiral is your first one. That's 2,500, and then Space Marshal is 5,000. That makes sense. I feel like, you know, High Admiral is 1,000. Or wait, yeah, I missed that one. High Admiral is 1,000. Grand Admiral is 2,500. Space Marshal is 5,000. I think up to that point it makes sense, right? But then Wing Commander's at 10,000, and I think $5,000 for the next level, I think is too much. I say it should be at like 8,000. That would make like either 7,500 or 8,000. And then the first 5 levels, like you got High Admiral, Grand Admiral, Space Marshal, then you could put something in between Space Marshal and Wing Commander, and then Wing Commander. Then the first 5 levels are $10,000, right? And then you could start going 5,000, 5,000. But then I would have at least 3 levels of 5,000 going up, right? So Wing Commander, Praetorian, and then I would have something else at 20,000, and then Legatus. I just feel like 20,000 is a pretty large amount to not have any recognition when you reach that number. So, yeah. ESR Tech, thank you for the subscription on YouTube, or for the joining, becoming a member. Much appreciated. You might have already been a member. I looked at the members list. I think 3 or 4 days ago, but I have a bad memory. What's up, T-Jack? What's up, the Don Solar God? What's up? Yes, I need an F8C to protect my F8C. I actually don't mind having 2 F8Cs when they're useful. When the F8C is useful, when it's balanced to be useful. Because then, obviously, I can go out, fight with my F8C, come back, get the other one, go out, fight. And then by the time I'm done fighting with that one, the other one will be done, and then I can go out. So I in that sense, I think it's cool. You always have your F8C available to go fight with. But I normally put the really good guns on one of them, so I'm getting the lesser version of the F8C when I go out with the second one. Melted your LTI F8C to combine the store cred towards an 890 jump. Probably going to get the free F8C by the time 1.0 releases anyway. Yep. That was my mindset, is like I'm not gonna buy anything that I'm gonna earn. So I don't think by 1.0 I'll be Legatus, but I'm pretty sure at some point I'll reach Legatus. Mostly because of the ships that I give away. So I buy ships. Sometimes CIG gives me ships to give away, and then sometimes I buy ships and give them away. Right now, I think I have like 2 or 3 that CIG has given me, so I'll be giving those away. But like the MTC, obviously I pay for that, and then the ones I give away on live are normally ones I pay for. So I think through doing ship giveaways, I'll end up getting Legatus, so I'll probably end up just keeping that as my 600i, and then my current 600i will become something else. But that will be years from now. That'll probably be 2028 by the time well, let's see. I'd say I give half, a little bit more than half. I'd say about 70% of the ships I give away are from me. So 70% of the ships I give away. I have done some big giveaways, but I only normally do big giveaways like once or twice a year. So let's say 2 big giveaways a year. That's probably 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. That's like 3,000, and then the rest. And I didn't pay for this last big giveaway, so because I think an org did pay for that one. So then that takes. Oh yeah, I don't even know. Maybe not even 2028. I don't think I'll reach Legatus until like 2029, actually. Yeah, it'll take me a while. Unless, of course, they come out with like some really cool capitals between now and 2028. Yes, and that too, like loaning an F8 to people. Yes, I'll be that guy that logs on and people will be like, "Hey, can I borrow your?" Yeah, of course you can. Of course, take it, take it. All I ask, all I ask, folks, is give me some in-game UEC. You know, I don't want your real money, but give me some in-game UEC when you rent my ships. You know, just not because I'm trying to get rich off of renting out my ships, but you know, just slide a brother some creds. You know, slide a brother some creds. But yeah, I don't mind being the guy that just logs in like, hey, me and my friends are about to go do this. Can we borrow your this? Yeah, folks, go check out the Discord. If you need more intensive help with like fleet stuff, definitely go check out our Discord because we got a lot of cool people on there. A lot of people helping other people. Yeah, what is this F7X, folks? What's this F7X? I think is that the one that we saw in the Squadron 42 trailer? Okay, so you got the MTC and the Asgard with the Tonk. Okay, that is a good deal. If you wanted the Asgard, how much was that? I just saw it and I was like, oh, that was a pretty good deal. It was on the concierge thing. Where's my? Oh, I was on the concierge. Yeah, cause the if you get the Asgard and the Nova together, because the Asgard is 350, right? Hold on, let me see. Asgard. Oh wait, is that? I thought the Asgard was 350. Is it 325? Oh, well, I guess it's yeah, it is 350. Oh, okay. So you can get it. You can get it with if you're a. You can get it for 325 plus the paint. If you're on concierge, that's what it is. Okay, 325 with credits plus the paint, and then you can get what is this other one? Or maybe that's a deal for everybody. I don't know. I don't know. But it's $400 if the ship is 350 and you get the Nova with it. I think that's pretty cool because then you're getting the Nova for $50 basically. And the Nova is 120. So you're saving $70 just by getting it that way. However, you can't upgrade to that pack. And that's my only issue is that you can't upgrade to it. And I think if I'm upgrading all the way to a Nova, I can probably save $40, 30 or $40. I could get my Nova for like 90, 80 or 90 if I take my time. So I can save, let's say 30. I can save 30 on a Nova if I just upgrade CCU upgrade that way. And then to get an Asgard at let's say 350, I could probably save 100 on an Asgard or more. I could probably get an Asgard for like 250. So you can save money, save more money because I could save 130 doing it that way versus the 70 by getting it in a pack. But again, it takes more work to do CCUs. So every time I talk about this stuff, I always want to remind people that doing the CCU game takes work. So if there's people that don't want to do that, I 100% understand. Uh, yeah, and like you can get a lot of this stuff for even cheaper. Yeah, Citizen Ninja said you got it for 150. Crazy, crazy, but I love it. But yeah, so like CCUs take work. Like, I put the basic guide and the advanced guide for CCUs if you want to go check that out. But it does take work to do. So I understand if people are just like, I'd rather just like it's just $50. I'd rather just buy the pack. And I just wish CIG recognized that there were people like that and gave you a little bit of a better discount on the packs. I would love to see every pack have at least a 30% discount, because that's the point of a pack, right? Is like I'm putting these things together to give everybody a good discount, and 30% is pretty good. Like even 25% minimum. Like you could even do 25% because, like I just said, the $70 for the Valhalla paint, that's not even 25%. That's like, what's that? 20? Less than 20? Like 19, 18%? So I would rather see at a minimum of 25% anytime something is in a pack. Unless it's like skins or something, then it's like whatever, you can do whatever you want there. But when it's like ships in a pack, I would love to see a minimum of a 25% discount. So at least you know for a fact that you're getting a decent deal, right? And maybe when ships go on sale, you can give the better packs out, something like that. Picked up a Liberator upgrade, okay. What do you think about removing the 10K F8C, move the 15K F8C down to 10K, move the 600I executive down to 15K, and for Legatius, it's a Perseus executive? Well, I think you're saying that, Cody Fox, I think you're saying that as a Perseus fan, but it would be more likely because of the fact that it's Concierge, it's going to be something, I think, more, it'd probably be an 890 jump. It'd probably be an 890 jump. If we move the 600i executive down to the 15K level, then for Legatus, it would probably be an 890 jump. Or if they were gonna do something that was like not like a capital, it would probably be like something even bigger than the Perseus. It would probably be like an Idris or something, like an executive Idris or something like that would be. I mean, somebody spends $2,500 in your game, or $25,000. Let me be more specific. 25,000. I could see it being bigger than that. But I like the idea of a Perseus executive though. I think that's really cool. Asgard is a perfect solo or two-person ship because the layout is so simple and easy. I respect it. I think that's the reason why a lot of people like the what is it? The Zeus? Yeah, the Zeus. The Zeus's layout is incredible. You said the F7X is a dual engine Hornet Mark II? Okay. F7X is going to be fast. Your third, Kalisa Fox says, I'm $30 off Concierge, wondering if I should hit it before event ends to get the Concierge skin for the Asgard. I mean, if you really care about the skin, I think it'll still be available after. I wouldn't say do it just for the skin. I would say, is there something for $30 that you need, or not necessarily want, but something that you need? I mean, if there's something you need for 30 bucks, or like a pack of something that you need, like a pack of skins or something for a ship you already have, then maybe that's something to get. But I wouldn't just find a random thing for $30 just to hit Concierge. It's rarely ever worth it to just spend money just to get the extra little thing. But you'll hit Concierge, obviously. 20% coupons on top of the $400 Asgard. See, I like that. I like that. See, I would love to use a 20% coupon I would have loved to use a 20% coupon and get like an Idris or something, but you never have time to type it in. Well, some people do. CCU something to the Prowler. So I actually have a list of every CCU that's possible. So for the Prowler, to the Prowler, you have what? The Reclaimer, the C2, and the Genesis. Reclaimer, C2, and Genesis. Reclaimer's 400, Prowler's 440. The C2 is 400, Prowler's 440, and the Genesis is 400, Prowler's 440. Yeah. I don't think we have any 410, 415, 420, 425s. I don't think we have any of those, any ships at those prices. It's a weird thing though. I think we have 435, but that would be a $5 CCU, so I don't think you can do that. 435 is 600i. So yeah, it would have to be a Genesis, a C2 Hercules, a Reclaimer, or I mean, you could go to Galaxy, but that would be like a $60 CCU. So the TAC too, I suppose, the TAC and the Valkyrie, those are $65 CCUs. I really like the Asgard, but I already have the Taurus, and it would serve the exact same usage for me with the Taurus being better at everything except holding vehicles. Yep, I get it. Flashpoint says Asgard stock paint is the best to me. I have to go check those paints out. Use the 20% on the Pioneer. Yes, that's what I like to see. Oh, that's good. That's a good idea. Um, when you melt, I didn't know you can melt limited ships. I did not know. I guess it makes sense that you can, but it's not a thing I ever thought to do. But you can do it actually, and I actually do have a example of me doing it because I melted a Constellation Phoenix and then rebought it. But yes, that is an excellent point. So, folks, I mean, maybe everybody already recognized this, but let me just say it out loud. So, thanks to Matthew Ward for this. But you can buy a really expensive ship, and again, maybe this seems like obvious to everybody, but you can buy a really expensive ship, you know, just buy it with however much money, right? And then melt it, and then use a token to buy it again, but then put your coupon code in. That makes total sense. That makes total sense. Ha! I could probably do that with my Kraken right now. How much would I save? I'd probably save another $100 on my Kraken. Huh? Again, that seems intuitive, but I don't know why I never got that. Can you gift a hull limited ship if it is less than 1,000? Well, let's see. I have a hull limited ship. Let me see if I can gift it. I have a Phoenix. Oh, it's in the Fortuna pack. Fortuna. Oh crap, I still have a fortune to give away? I have a bunch of stuff to give away. Oh, Stella. Where is this thing? I don't know what's going on. There it is. Nope, can't gift it. Can't gift it. Because I got a Cyclone MT, Nova Tank, P72, and a Connie Phoenix Emerald. Yep. Coupons you get by subscribing. I think you get them for every year that you subscribe. I think you get a 10% or 10. It's either 10 or 15% when you subscribe at the lowest level, and then you get a 20% when you subscribe at the highest level. Four CCUs into an ironclad, and you're gonna save. I like that. That's what I like to see. Yeah, I just use my tokens. Otherwise, I would probably go do that Kraken thing right now. I could save 100 on my Kraken. I could probably I could save 100 on no, because if I had to rebuy it, am I still gonna get that price though? Get the price I paid, right? Yeah, it's a little risky because you might lose something. I suppose you could, but yeah, I could see myself melting a bunch of ships that I bought standalone, and then doing that. But I think most of the ships that I have standalone are ships that are like not not expensive. Like my standalone stuff, I have like Pulse, the what the MPUV tractor, the MTC, Ursa Medevac. Yeah, it's all cheap stuff. Oh, my Super Hornet though. I think I upgraded that from a Intrepid. I have a few of them. I have a few of them that I could probably save some money on, but a lot of the prices went up on this stuff, so I don't want to like mess up that too. Ah, yeah, that's what it is. So maybe if you, yeah, the Connie Phoenix, I think I bought mine with cash. Yeah, Citizen Ninjas might be the king of saving money on ships and CCUs. TAC for 160, MX for 120. But yeah, you've been collecting Warbond CCUs since 2021. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. Like 4 years of saving up CCUs, and then you start getting these 55, 60% discounts. Yeah, I love that though. I love that if you're patient enough, you can save a ton of money. Oh yes, Space Marine said switching back over so you don't have commercials. Yes, that's why I always say dual stream. Don't just switch to from Twitch to YouTube or YouTube to Twitch. Always dual stream if you're gonna be on both. What's up, Rusty? You can upgrade the referral rewards, keep the LTI, and if you ever want to melt it, email support. They will reset it to the referral ship. I have heard that people have done that, and I think that they stopped doing it as much. So I would say do it at your own risk. Oh, you can't choose between the two. Okay, I got you. I got you. What was the other thing I wanted to talk about? There was something else that I wanted to talk about, not just chains. I did want to finish out and write all my chains out. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. Somebody sent me this. I can't remember who sent it to me, but I want to hide everybody's names first. Let's do this. There we go. All right, I'm going to show you guys this thing, and then maybe the person's watching or not. Maybe they'll watch this or not. I don't know. But somebody sent me this, and it's really cool. I'm certain it was somebody on the list. So here. I think it was Voodoo that sent it to me, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, I'm pretty sure somebody that's watching is on the list, and they'll know who sent it to me. All right, but let me show you guys this. There we go. All right, so this thing, it has like all of the Star Citizenships on it. It's a Google Sheet. You can see they have like little pictures of every ship in Star Citizen. And it's really freaking cool. And I don't remember who sent it to me, but it's really awesome. And I don't know how to add new ships to it. So if you are on this, because I know there's at least like 15 people, I have their names blacked out just in case, you know, because I don't want people to know how many ships everybody else has. But yeah, this is a really cool thing. I don't remember who sent it to me, but I think when I try to click on these pictures, I don't know where they got these pictures from, but I would very much so like to keep this as a thing and be able to add more pictures to it. I just don't know how. So if you know who made this, reach out and let me know so I can get in contact with them, because that thing's cool and I like it and I want to change it. Does that say 15 people at about 100K in MSRP and ships? Actually, let me count how many people it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 people. 16 people. I thought it was 15. The number is off by 1. But yes. Yes. 285 ships. Let's figure out what the math is on that. Where is my calendar? There it is. $95,620 divided by, and this isn't updated, by the way, so it's very possible that it's more than 95,000. But let's see, divided by 16, that is about $6,000 spent per person. So it's 5,976. So not that much, and I'm above that. So I'm Praetorian. So that's enough for what, almost 3 of those people. So, hey, what's up, Rich Six? First time seeing live? Yeah. So I normally I premiere all my videos, which means I'll be in the chat, but I won't be live. So those are the premieres on YouTube, and then I try to do live at least 3 times a week. it's the summertime now, so I'm out of work right now, so I can do a lot more lives and a lot more. I still owe 3 ship reviews though. Those will be coming. What's today? Tuesday. I'll have at least one of those done by the weekend, and definitely another done by the weekend, on the weekend. Um, so yeah, I should have 2 videos coming out this week. Now that Invictus is over. Well, Kalisa, they have confirmed that you get to keep the referral rewards for the current one and the next one. So you're better off waiting before you do the referral for the fish tank until they announce the new system, because then you'll get the referral for both. What's up, Nacho? I picked up a MTC, and then I picked up almost all of the CCUs, or the upgrades, the war bond discounts. Oh yes, there is. There's a CCU app. Hold on, folks. Let me share. Let me share. I'm not trying to gatekeep. I just forget. Uh, I'm gonna drop a link in the chat for everybody. If you're interested, I think I might have shared it on my CCU tutorial, but I'll drop this link for everybody. Um, if you want to do CCU stuff, this app is pretty good. It does have a few issues. Sometimes it does not capture all of your ships, and sometimes it does not capture all of your CCUs. So just check it, double check it. The Asgard is fragile. I don't know. I didn't know that. I haven't. I still have to do my reviews on the Asgard. But if you do the referral reward right now, you won't get whatever that reward is for the first one when the new one comes out. But you will get whatever their referral reward is. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what the referral reward is right now. I think it's here. Let's just go see what it is. I think you have to go all the way to like the first page to look at it. Let's see. Patch bundles, merch. Nope, it wasn't on the first page. What's new at Invictus? Hunt the Polaris, tour the Idris, treasure hunt, training. Yeah, I don't know where it was. Where was it? I don't remember what it was, but I think it was like a Merlin or something. I don't know. I can't remember what it is, but you do get some like really cheap ship for it. So it depends on what you really want. But you're taking a gamble by waiting a little bit. Oh no, no, yeah, you can't get a second one. You said you got the P52 for the friend joining during ILW. Nope, can't get a second one. So yeah, probably better off waiting until they announce the new system, and then you'll get the fish from the old system, and then assuming they have one for the new system, like you get a reward for your first referral, which I'm pretty sure you will because there was on this system, and they said there's more rewards at more numbers. So yeah, you're probably better off waiting for the new system to come out then. But I did want to talk about something else. So I talked about the those rewards. Um, I did another video where I talked about like the rewards that we should get for referrals. But I also want to talk about subscriptions, right? So I don't. Here, let's do a little poll real quick. I want to see how many of you are subscribed. Let's see. Start a poll. All right. That is the question. All right. Poll is out on YouTube. Let me get one out for Twitch. What's up, San Chimera? You did catch me live. All right. Check out the poll at the top of the chat. It's only going to be up there for 1 minute, so make sure that you put whether you have subscribed or have you ever subscribed to Star Citizen. Yes, if you have subscribed, or if you're currently subscribed. No, if you have not. Got about 30 seconds left on the poll. 30 seconds. Make sure you put whether you have subscribed or if you are currently subscribed. The SRV is worthwhile if you have a very specific type of gameplay that you're interested in. So what type of gameplay are you interested in, Half Young? All right, so it looks like 60%. I mean, there was only five participants. I don't have a lot of Twitch folks, but 5 participants. 60% on Twitch and 77% on YouTube. Wow, a lot more people subscribed than I thought. So, I mean, if we're doing the math, probably like 70% overall. And that includes people who have subscribed and stopped. So, if you subscribed and you stopped, why did you stop? If you subscribed and you stopped, why did you stop? Why did you stop? Why did you stop subscribing? So the SRV to me, if I'm getting an SRV, it's because I think that it is fun gameplay to go out, grab other ships, and then haul them back. But remember, you have to, in order to grab them, you have to turn off the power. The power has to be off to the ship, and the shields have to be down. So just be aware of that. It's one of those two. I think the shields have to be down and the power has to be off. It's one of those two, or it's both. One of those. I don't know, but either way, you can go in. What's up, Zombie Joe? You go in if you think that's fun to go grab a ship and take it back to base. It's like sightseeing and you know it's like if you want a space tow truck. If you think that's fun gameplay, I think those are the primary people that should be getting the SRV. But remember that the SRV can also carry containers. So it can carry containers. That's not what it's designed to do, but it can carry them. Yeah, and it does have a limit to what it can carry, the size ship that it can carry. But I love the way the SRV looks, and I do like its purpose. Right now, I don't know how useful it is, but I'm certain some people who have SRVs can attest to how useful it is now. But I do like it. I like the ship. Kalisa said, subscribe for 1 month to get a few skins. If you like salvage, I could definitely see getting an SRV. If you do a lot of salvage, because it's very possible that in the future it'll it'll be more valuable to bring the ship back in certain cases than it is to salvage the ship. I can see, like, if it's a more rare ship that's out there, you might want to bring it back rather than salvage it. Or you bring it back before you salvage it, or whatever. Maybe it's worth it to bring the ship back and then restore it. If you plan on getting into repair gameplay, I can see that as well, because maybe, abandoned ships, after a certain amount of time, they become free for anybody to pick up. Lorgo only subbed when the monthly ship was nice. Then rewards became crap. Rewards weren't worth it. T-shirt for $10. Only subscribe to play with a certain ship for a month. Subscribe to buy the Zeus exploration suit. Pick up the Star Kitten armor. Hangar decor. Yeah, I mean, CCU Game has had access to my account data for about a year and a half now. So if they were gonna do anything bad, they already did it. Kyren, I appreciate you sitting back though. Yeah, Justin Young. In that case, I would honestly, I would probably just rent one in game. I buy a CCU to it, rent one in game, and see how you like it. It's still a free fly right now, so go and I think the free fly might be ending soon, but yeah, go rent one, test it out, see how you like it. See if the gameplay's fun. There are some SRV missions that you can do, and see if you actually like flying around it. See if you like the interior of it and everything. I like the ship. I just think if you're not going to use it very often, it's probably better off for you to purchase it in game. But you can always get the CCU just so you can lock in the price if you change your mind later. So, glad that we did the poll, because now I can talk about this. So, ideas for what should be offered for the subscription. So let me find the subscriptions. Subscribe to Star Citizen. Is it the Choose Your Path one? Oh, this screen is different now. Oh, okay. I like what you did there, CIG, but you still need to get better subscriber stuff. All right, so let's pull this up on the screen. All right, let me make it bigger for everybody. All right. So here's what you currently get. I am an Imperator, Imperator instead of Centurion. All right, so PTU access, vehicle of the month. You get early PTU access for both. They're both $10 and $20. You get 2 vehicles on Imperator, 2 flares on Imperator, 15% discounts on merch for Imperator, 10% for Centurion, 10% coupons, 20%, 20,000 rec, 40,000 rec, jump point for both, vault for both, subscriber din for both, early access for both, and then you get the test flight for Imperator. Now, Don't get me wrong. I think these are good. I think these are all good things, but they're not enough for people to really like it's not enough for me to go out and tell people you should subscribe. You're going to get this and this and this, right? I would love to be able to tell people that there are great reasons to subscribe, but these are good reasons. They're not bad reasons. When you put it all in a list, it looks good. But then when you think about it. Some people might want to support the game, but they don't necessarily care to play the PTU versions of the game, only the live. So this one's not going to help them. The vehicle of the month is great. I think across the board that's great. Everybody, is going to want to, hop in that vehicle for a month and play with it. That's great. Keep that. But I'm only seeing like $1, $2 worth of, it's just renting a vehicle for a month. Like I don't see a lot of value there. I like it, but I don't see the value there. The flare, we're going to come back to flare. Merchandise discounts, keep that. Again, still only a few dollars worth of value because everybody's not going to buy merch. Coupons, keep that. That's probably the best thing on this list. Rec stipend, a lot of people don't rent the vehicles out and do stuff with them, but keep that. I like that. I would increase it though to $50,000 for rec here and $25,000 over here, because $40,000 is just a weird number for that. But honestly, you could do $100,000 considering the prices of everything. But I'm trying not to be greedy here. Jump Point Magazine, keep that. Vault, Subscriber Den, all this stuff, keep. But with what I see here, this looks like it should be the $10 plan. The $20 plan looks like it should be the $10 plan. And then if all this stuff that was on the $20 side was over here on the $10 side, I think people would buy the $10 one much more often. So you could just take all this stuff on the $20 side, slide it over to 10, and I think you have $10 of value. Now, that leaves the $20 side. I think you gotta fix the flare issue. Most people are cool with getting like a few things, right? But sometimes the flare doesn't seem like it's worth that monthly value. So I don't want you to bring the flare cost up to match the value of the $20 membership. Give people $20 worth of flare. Like that's automatically worth it for everybody, right? If I give you $10 worth of flare, right? Like everybody else has to pay $10 for this item. You get it for free because you're a subscriber. Same thing here. Everybody else has to pay $20 for this stuff. You get it for free because you're a subscriber. Do that every single month. And automatically, you don't have to justify the cost of the subscription because you're going to get $20 worth of flare at a minimum or $10 worth of flare at a minimum. So that right there can solve half of it. But some people don't care about flare. So why not make it a choice? Why not make it a point system? Hey, you have one flare point every time you get the Centurion. Every month you get a flare point. It's not money, it's its own currency. You get a flare point. For Imperator, you get 2 flare points. And then you can cash those flare points in for flare that you want rather than purchasing it. So you get, let's say for a year, you get 12 flare points, right? Maybe you could buy ship skins or whatever else like with these flare points and you get them for every month you subscribe. And then maybe you can even buy ships with them if you get some insane number of them, right? Like maybe for every 50 flare points, you can buy a ship that's less than $200 or something like that, or get a massive discount on a ship like 75% or something. Like a flare point system would be great. Same thing with the merchandise discounts. Make it to where if I get enough discounts, I can merge them to get a slightly better discount. I don't need 6 20% coupons. I would rather have one 40% coupon, one 50% coupon, right? So, hey, every 5 10% you get, you can merge them to get a 20%. Every 5 20% you get, you can merge them to get a 30%. Every 5 30% you get, you can merge them to get a 50%, and so on and so forth. Let us merge our discounts or merge our coupons, right? I already talked about the rec stipend. I actually think it should be $100,000 for the $20 and $50,000 for the Centurion, but maybe that's greedy because it's just rec. It's just allowing you to rent stuff. Why not do that willy-nilly? Because it's just rec. It's just rec. It's just renting. But then everything else I like. So I just think you change those few things and you'll get a lot more people subscribing. So there you go, CIG. Another idea from yours truly. You know, I have millions of these. I can. I'm telling you, CIG. Just let me come in. Let me come in. Let me look at every system you got, and I will walk out. I will walk out. I will bet money on this, CIG. If you let me walk in and talk to the person that makes the decision for every one of these things, I will walk out, and within a year, you will double your earnings for all the things that I tell you. I can promise you that. I can promise it. I can guarantee it. CIG, call my bluff. Let me walk in there. Let me show you how to do this. Because this is why it's frustrating, because it's like I feel like these are easy things to understand. Like I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, you could easily make this better. Just do this. You could easily make this better and just do this. And then I forget, like I have degrees in this stuff. I have degrees, and I'm like, maybe it's not that simple. Maybe I'm just thinking of it as simple and it's not that simple. But then I hear people say these types of things all the time. All the time. Yes, flare points. Flare points. Flare points. Yes, Lahar. They're allergic to money sometimes. Yeah, I just feel like you can do a lot more with this system. You can make a lot more money, CIG, a lot more. Just give people what they want. I get it if you don't want to put like game-changing stuff in the flare thing, but like let me choose my flare that I want. Maybe I don't want this month's, exploration gear, but maybe on Stella Fortuna, I want the really cool like chalice or whatever. Let me choose what I buy with my flare. Flare points it's an easy system to track. You only get 1 point every month or 2 points every month. And then just let me spend the flare points on stuff that I want, and then nobody will ever be like, oh, the flare sucked this month. Even with the Vehicle of the Month program, why not be like, okay, if you're a $10 member, you get whatever Vehicle of the Month it is. But if you get the $20, then maybe you get to choose a Vehicle of the Month, like one vehicle that you can use, and maybe make it put a limit on it, like any vehicle up to $600 or something, and you can use that for that month. So it effectively gives you access to a vehicle under a certain price range every month as long as you're a subscriber. Like, come on, folks. This is stuff that is going to make people subscribe. Being able to stack your coupons, not stack them like, 10% plus another 10% and another 10, but like enough 10%, and then I could get a 20%. Enough 20%, I can get a 30. Enough 30s, I can get a 50. Enough 50s, I can get, eventually maybe you can get a ship for like 95% off or something like that. And it all requires you to be a subscriber for longer and longer to get, and it's like you're rewarding people for subscribing for longer. The longer you subscribe, the more massive your reward is. It starts to feel like, man, I don't ever want to unsubscribe because I'm going to miss out on my flare points, or I'm going to miss out on having that vehicle for the month, or I'm going to miss out on the ability to get another coupon discount, or I'm going to miss out on 100,000 rec, my $100,000 of 100,000 rec points or whatever. Like, you want people to feel like, you want people to get FOMO from not doing it. Like, you don't want people to just be like, oh, it's an option. What's up, Gasoline Moth? Yeah, and CIG, I think all limited ships, once you get to a certain level in Concierge, I think all limited ships should just be available to you. I mean, once you get to a certain level, like not all limited ships, all hull limited ships under $1,000. Yeah, I don't see why you would still have why you would still limit hull limited ships if it's under $1,000 and a person has already spent, I don't know, whatever number you want to come up with, but I would say 5,000. I would say once a person has spent 5,000 on the game, they should be able to buy whatever ship under 1,000. And for Legatus, I mean, it's kind of hard to justify limiting anything from people who have spent 25 grand on the game. But if you will, you know, maybe you just take a few out of there. Maybe you say nobody can get can buy a javelin, but you know, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's some more there you can do. Yeah, but it'll take me a long time before I'm Legatus. A long time. I think it'll take me another 4 years before I hit Legatus. It's still crazy to even hit Legatus in the first place. But yeah. Yeah, Matthew Ward says, I'm about to unsubscribe from Star Citizen because I have not been liking the flare. And with CCU chains, the discount is not worth it. There you have it. I'm telling you, CIG, I got plans for literally every version of everything that you do, all the way down to the cost of the game. I'm telling you, just get on the phone with me. If, well, you know, if I'm gonna give you all this, I need a little bit more VIP treatment than a phone call. So, like, you know, fly me out to the UK. I already flew myself out for CitizenCon, so you guys got to pay for this one. Fly me out. You know, I'll tour again, and then I'll help you out. You know, I got it. I'm telling you, I got it. You know, I have the training. I have the training. We can do this. Oh man, like I can imagine them saying like, "Send me your resume, and we'll figure something out." And I'll be like, "All right, when you see this resume, you're gonna flip your wig." Hull limited ships as an invitational. How would you get an invitation? Oh, they do the deal every December where you can get full, I think it's either year or 2 years for discount on the subscription. Yeah. I used to do that, but then I got mad every time it would come to December and all of a sudden like $200 would come out of my account and I would be like, "Oh no, 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 no. I don't like surprise $200." Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't mind them. I don't mind them having the limited stuff. Um, I don't mind them having the limited stuff. It's just I think at a certain point, it shouldn't be limited anymore. And you can limit it by saying only one purchase per account that has reached that level, right? So let's say once you reach Legatus, everything is open to you, and they say you've spent $25,000. You can buy one of every ship without having to play the F5 wars. If you do that, then all you have to do is say you can only buy one per account that has reached Legatus. So in order for somebody to buy another one of that ship, like let's say they bought a Javelin, like you can only buy one Javelin, and then you'd have to spend another 25,000 to make to buy another Javelin. That's how you limit it. Then you don't have to worry about, you know, somebody buying 14 Javelins on one account. Again, free game. I'm giving these out. Boom, 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 boom. I got it. I'm telling you, CIG, just fly me out. Fly me out. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. I'm not even asking for money. You don't even have to pay me. Just fly me out. You know, give me some food. You know, give me a place to sleep. You know, and then I got you. I got you on the ideas because this is good for everybody. You know, you don't gotta pay me. I just want to be flown out. Flown out. All right, this stream is hitting 2 hours, so I'm glad I'm doing a little bit extra because I did have to go use the bathroom, and so I didn't want to like cheat you guys out of like 10 minutes that I was gone. So yeah, get those last questions in. I'm gonna find us somebody to raid, and then we'll hop out of here. But I do want to answer whatever your last questions are before we hop out of here. Look at that. We solved all of CIG's issues in a 2-hour stream. I probably won't stream for a little while because I have those backup videos, but I'll be dropping videos probably every other day, not every day, because I got to do some reviews for these ships that just came out. Shout out to everybody watching, man. 40 viewers. I love to see it. I love to see it. We had a lot of people watching today. A lot of people. Drop those last few questions. Don't forget to subscribe, like or dislike, all that good stuff. Leave comments. Let me see. Who should I join? Let's go back to Twitch here. Yeah, I think I ran out of. I used to have a lot of people that I could jump to. Let's see. Let's go to somebody we haven't jumped to in a long time. Let's go to Fear Stare. Fear Stare.
I see the turret and I see it.
All right. Let me copy that in here. All right, let me get these questions. All right, what were your last few questions? Let's see. Let's see. So CIG deliberately earns less than they could to only earn as much as they can spend to minimize profit and maximize taxes on those profits instead. They can sell more the next year and so on. Okay, I respect that, but they can still do that and spend more. They can do it in a way where they can make the amount of money and spend more money. And yes, they would pay more taxes. But I think we can all agree that in business, it's always better to make more money when, there's no moral objection, so to speak. Let's see. Yeah, they let us save up to 70% on CCU, so why not reward players? Yeah, I think like that's why I said it should be stackable, but you should have to get a certain amount of them to stack. That way it's not like somebody just abusing the system, right? So you get three 10%s get you a 20, three 20%s get you a 30, three 30s get you a 50, three 50s get you a 75, three 75s get you a 95. And then that's as high as it goes. And because they don't, it should never get to the point where you're not spending any money because CIG is a business. They should be making money. But you could get it down to like, I've been saving these discount codes for 6 years, so now I get like 95% off of one ship of my choice. And again, it can't be abused because you have to like save the codes up. And then it should be a system where you have to turn them in, not just type in the code, but you literally have to turn them in. So they disappear on your account and then they come back out. And then you can keep doing it until, you know, you get to that 95%, and then it resets. Yeah, you could cap it at 50%. You could cap it at whatever you want. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying. At certain rank thresholds, you should be able to buy one hull limited ship, no F5 war or anything. And I think you could just unlock them as you go up, right? Like any ship under $500, once you spend 2,500, you can buy any ship under $500. One. Then once you reach 10,000, you can buy any ship under 1,000 or whatever. And then maybe the highest level is when you can buy any ship, regardless of what it is, buy one of any ship. A real life Hornetess payment. Special 890 jump for hitting Legatus, not the. Yes, I thought it was weird that they did the 600i, but I think at the time, I think the 600i was considered like this incredible ship. But I wasn't. I don't think I was following at the time where they came up with that. But I think the 600i at the time that they came up with the concierge idea, I think it was like a really great. It was one of the most amazing ships in Star Citizen. So I think since then we've got different stuff, and which is why they need to update it because I think those rewards will change once they bring that up to date. What is the best ship in game? Please specify the variant or the answer. Touring or Explorer? Wait, are you asking me based on the best 600i? The best 600i to me is the Explorer, if that's what you're asking. If you're asking what the best ship in the game is, that's currently in game, I'm probably going to give it to the Idris right now because I can't see anybody who has an Idris wanting for much. So I would probably give that to the Idris right now. But I'm a huge fan of large ships, so it's either going to be the Idris or I'm going to go all the way to the cheap and say it's the Avenger Titan because it's the cheapest ship that you get the most value out of. Yep. Oh, the best ship in the game is 600i. Just wonder which one is your favorite. The reworked 600i is my favorite. The reworked 600i is my favorite. I have a 600i. Uh, and the reworked 600i is my favorite one. So whenever that one comes out, there you have it. Let's see. Let's see. Do they publish how many subscribers they have? Yes. Oh wait, subscribers? No. They publish how many people have bought the game though. It might be on their earnings report. I'm not sure. I need to look at the earnings report. I never actually. I have looked at their earnings reports, but I haven't like memorized like what information they include because they don't because they're not a publicly traded company. There's not like this report that like gets sent out to everybody. It's just like you got to go to their like financial statement. Um, let's see. Daedalus? Discount on the merch store doesn't do much good when the best merch is always sold out. Yep. Um, the only mathematical way to get a 95% discount is to upgrade a gifted. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Citizen Ninja. I was talking about a 95% discount, like outright from stacking up your not CCUs, but stacking up your discount codes they give you for subscribing. Yeah, Legatus is cool, but it'll hurt my wallet. It'll hurt everybody's wallet, I suppose, unless you're a billionaire. Have I done the hunt for Polaris mission? No, I have not. Well, what's the reward for the hunt for Polaris mission, or hunt the Polaris mission? I would want to do that in an Idris, by the way. So somebody let me know what the reward is for that. Do you think that they will improve the F5 wars? Yes and no. I think they'll always have the F5 wars. However, I do think they will eventually take it upon themselves to make it to where, like, in order to get, like, to purchase a ship, you have to do something first just to break the bot. But I think people will create a new bot, and that system will be, messed up at some point too. So, but I think it'll get better for a while, and then they'll have to keep fighting, fighting the good fight. I didn't hear your answer this earlier, but do you think there will be a new alien ship for Alien Week? Do I think there will? I mean, if there's the way I'll answer the question. If you said, are you willing to bet $20 that a new alien ship will exist for Alien Week, or that they'll come out with one on Alien Week, I would say no. I would say no. I'm not willing to bet $20 on it. $10, maybe. I might bet $10, but $20, no. I wouldn't bet 20. 20 is too rich for my blood. All right. We're gonna start the raid process, but I'll still answer your questions. Drop those last few questions, because once the raid thing gets low, that's when we're raiding. But everybody, I would just love for them to drop. I would love for them to drop something super alien for Alien Week, though. I would really love for them to do that. I feel like Alien Week is such a letdown every year, because all we get is the same skins, or maybe they'll add one. What's up? Jim Flag says BMM equals unicorn. Does not exist. All right, folks, that looks like all the questions. Then let's just go over and raid Fear Stare. Make sure you, see what they're up to over there. And somebody let me know after this ends what the reward is for the Polaris mission, the Hunt the Polaris mission. Because I don't know what it is. All right. Shout out to everybody who watched today. We had a lot of watchers. We did it almost 2.5 hours of streaming. So I hope that makes up for it, for not streaming for a few days. Make sure you go and check out our videos. We'll have a bunch of reviews coming out soon. All right. See you later, everybody. We're raiding. We're raiding. We're raiding. We're raiding. I'm raiding. I'm raiding. I'm raiding. I'm raiding.